Hi, good morning. Let's dive in to see what's going on with Remax settles buyer broker commission lawsuits for $55 million. So that is correct, and that's what is going on. So before I dive in, who am I? My name is Sanjay. I'm a local real estate professional in the state of California, and I work with sellers, first time home buyers, and investors. All right, so let's dive into this video. So what this means is it alleges a violation of Sherman Antitrust Act. In addition, the brokerage is committed to changing some of its business practices, including ending of practice of requiring sellers to pay commissions to buyers agents. These outcomes could have industry-wide ramifications. Impacting the way buyers compensate their real estate agents in the future. So Remax is the second brokerage to agree to settle claims that the defendant's commission tactics inflated costs for sellers. So Anywhere Real Estate agrees to pay around 83.5 million settlement earlier this month and also removed the requirement for sellers to pay buyer's agent commissions. If approved, the settlement would release Remax from ongoing litigation without holding the brokers responsible for the claims. So the two lawsuits that gained class action status in 2022 and 2023 respectively named the following defendants. So the National Association of Realtors, the NAR, Keller Williams, Remax. I mean, anywhere the parent company of Sotheby's, Coldwell Banker and Century One, Home Services of America and its subsidiaries. So both lawsuits allege that certain NAR regulations violate the Sherman Antitrust Act. So at the heart of the issue is an NAR mandate requiring listing brokers who use a multiple listing services MLS to offer compensation for buyers agents. So the suits argue that the requirement keeps the commission cost for sellers unfairly high, preventing competition in the industry from affecting the commission rates. I understand what this means is basically like there are agents who are out there who are looking for more than 3%. I mean, 3% is the industry standard, but people are getting greedy in terms of getting more for depends like what kind of work you're ending up doing, right? So end of the day, local MLS access is a primary reason why most home sellers hire a real estate professional, since it's the best way to attract buyers. So the plaintiffs say that because MLS access is so necessary, sellers are forced to abide by the rules for its use, effectively inflating commission rates for the benefit of the defendants. So the NAR doesn't specify how much commission the listing broker is required to offer buyers agents. They could offer as little as 1 cent. But the Mole lawsuit alleges that the named corporate brokers, including Remax, were colluding with the NAR to set high commission standards, while some NAR rules prevented sellers from negotiating the cost. So the defendants contend that the seller and the buyer's agent can always negotiate the commissions, however, and that plaintiffs misunderstood the rules. So, proponents of decoupling the sellers and the buyer's agent commissions point to lower average real estate agent commissions in comparable countries like Singapore and UK maybe, and which may have fallen due to the rise of online real estate technology and increased competition in the industry when compared to the high rates that real estate agents continue to expect in the United States. Some argue that the NAR's policies are to blame. Well, the two lawsuits are not the first attempt at challenging the current commission rate arrangement. So the U.S. Justice Department requested to continue an antitrust probe into the NAR earlier this year after a previous settlement blocked the investigation. But the system remains unchanged thus far. So, with the lawsuits change anything? Well, the Remax settlement could, in theory, move the needle since the company has agreed to change its practices, or it may have any impact or effect on the industry if sellers still choose to compensate the buyer's agents for their marketing efforts. So Remax and Anywhere have both agreed to stop requiring sellers to pay buyers agent commission, making the sellers compensation of buyer's agents optional. Interesting. So, however, that doesn't necessarily mean anything will change. It's just assumptions. Listing brokers set buyer's agent fees at the typical rate of between 2.5 and 3% of the home, right? Purchase price in order to incentivize buyer's agents to show the listing to their clients. So, a study published in 2017 shows that listings that offer buyer's agents commissions below 2.5 experience unwanted outcomes. So, these properties take 12% longer to sell and are 5% less likely to sell at all. So, a good listing agent will therefore set a competitive commission for the buyer's agent to ensure a speedy sale with favorable offers. So, the seller is essentially paying for the buyer's agent's role in marketing the property, right? So, after Remax and Anywhere agreed to settlement the Sizzler and Burnett and Morse suits at New England's, MLS Spin agreed to a settlement in the similar Nocelak lawsuit. It's clear that there is a real threat of legal action for inflating commissions. That threat may cause listing brokers to more cautious of their actions and transparent with their clients, and may motivate transparency among local MLSs as well. So, how would a change impact investors or buyers? If the lawsuit did have ramifications for how agents were get compensated, what would the impact be on the real estate industry and investors and buyers? If buyers choose not to pay full commission to the agents or skip hiring agents altogether due to the cost, that could create enough competition to drive a share of the surfeit of real estate agents out of business. But for most real estate investors or buyers, having an investor friendly agent is crucial to a successful deal, right? So, real estate agents with market knowledge and experience and are invaluable and may even find you off market listings. But the most competent agents will likely continue to charge top rates, even if there is a shift in who's responsible for the expense, according to uh, Stephen Borbag, a senior fellow at the Consumer Federations of America, has reported in Insider. He also notes that the industry would likely respond by offering financing for buyers' agents' fees, and that a change to the system would mean both sellers and buyers would more likely negotiate their rates with their agents. But would negotiating a lower rate mean your property for sale wouldn't get as much attention or as many offers? Well, there are many what ifs here. If the NAR is actually engaging in price fixing, as the lawsuits allege, and stopping the supposed conspiracy would have an impact on our commission rates overall, and buyers were able to finance buyers agents fees, the net impact on the average homeowner could be positive. But those assumptions may not be true. It's just assumptions, as you already know, and investors or buyers might be negatively impacted more than the average homeowner if they purchase more properties than they sell. First time investors would also feel the pain of higher upfront cost. Right now, 30-year fixed mortgage rates are still hovering about 7%, and after a correction, home prices are nearing a record high. According to the case Schindler National Home Price Index, Redfin reports that August saw a 3% year over year home prices increase. In addition, in most markets, buying investment property is more expensive than ever. In May, they reported that the rents exceed mortgage payments in only four cities, number that's making shrinking. And tacking on the 3% fee means that even fewer deals will generate cash flow. To the extent that sellers build commission into home prices, buyers are already paying for the expenses for the agent. But if a shift occurs, seller's agent will continue to price homes based on what the market will bear. And as long as the supply of homes keeps prices elevated, listing prices may not fall due to buyers taking on some of the expense. That means more cash would be required for the buyer overall. You know, but the bottom line is, so far there have been no widespread changes to real estate industry as a result of Remax or Anywhere settlements. So it may take more pressure to change a process that has been in place since 1913. But these lawsuits open the door for potential shifts, including lower overall commissions and a transfer of responsibility from buyers agents commissions. You know, so if the latter occurs, it could be bad news for some real estate investors or home buyers. But anyways, thank you for watching. If you like, feel free to subscribe and like the video and let me know on the comments down below what you think about this. Thank you so much.